The European Spallation Source is a super microscope facility that's being built in Lund in the south of Sweden. It'll cost about €2 billion and the UK has about a 10% share. It works using something called neutrons, which are subatomic particles, and using those we can probe into the structure of materials to improve our everyday lives. The UK is making a huge contribution to this new facility. We've got a very well-established neutron community, so a lot of expertise in the UK, and the facility has turned to us to help them with the construction. Here at the Rutherford Appleton Laboratory, we have a major neutron facility, and we've therefore over many years developed expertise in building the instruments which sit on a neutron source like this, which are the really tricky parts of such a machine.
The UK has a long history, particularly with the spallation neutron source, which doesn't exist elsewhere in Europe. Sweden has several users, but they don't have the experience in neutron instrumentation. And we're transferring that kind of knowledge over to Sweden by having a close collaboration.
My name's Sarah Rogers and I'm the Small Angle Neutron Scattering Instrument Team Leader here at ICIS. Now SAND is incredibly important because it allows us to study inside materials on a nanometer length scale, and that lends itself to studying a huge amount of different areas of science. So I work very closely with several groups from the ESS, from the instrumentation groups of course, because we need to work with those to design the best instruments, but also the detector guys to ensure that we get the best detectors. We also work very closely with the computer simulation teams, because here we can actually measure real samples for them and they can cross-compare those measurements with their simulations to ensure that the models they're developing are actually realistic.
From here on, all of this space is used for the European Spallation Source build. So we've been designing particle accelerators here at Daresbury since the 60s, and that experience has really allowed us to apply our knowledge to something as cutting edge as the European Spallation Source. So there's around £35 million worth of projects being managed on this site. Pretty much all of that equipment will be purchased and manufactured within the UK. So we've got big contracts in places like Hastings on the south coast, and we've also got a big contract in Wick, just outside John O'Groats, and we've got local suppliers within the region also providing. So all of these components we get machined locally. A lot of other countries are sending us equipment that we need to integrate to within hundreds of microns to make sure that the accelerator, when it's built, can operate efficiently. We're looking at around 85% of the total length of the accelerator is coming through this laboratory.
Okay, and for the high power in the cryostat, it's 2.25. My name is Michael Ellis. I'm a project manager at STFC. I'm currently managing the high beta cavities project for the European Spallation Source. Excellent. The parts that this project provide will fill up something like between here and here of the accelerator. So a large chunk, 180 metres worth of the actual accelerating structure. We're bringing a lot of cutting-edge advanced science together in a lot of different disciplines. So the UK's broad background experience make it a natural choice for this sort of project. Working on a large project like this is extremely exciting. All of the science coming out over the next 20, 30 or even 40 years from the facility has been made possible by a part of what we've done here today.
Improving the lithium battery in your mobile phone.
The pharmaceutical industries and also the petrochemical industry.
New soaps that would be biodegradable and environmentally friendly.
While we don't know exactly what new science will be done with these fantastic new facilities, what we do know is they will change the world we live in and the way we live our lives.